Welcome back to the Maelstrom, ladies and gentlemen. We have something new for you today. We picked up the Shadow War Armageddon starter set. We have given the rules a look through, and we have started painting our terrain. It is not finished yet, but we've got all the basic weathering and basic paintbrush work done. So we're going to give the game a go today. The underhive of Armageddon today will be invaded by a team of Blood Angel scouts that are seeking out reports of a Necron kill team that has moved into the area. We're playing 1,000 points. We're playing the base mission, so the two teams will be meeting each other for a firefight engagement. We will be right back with the two kill teams. Next up we have the kill team. Starting out we have the Blood Angels. 7-man strong, all scouts. The blonde guy up front is the sergeant. He's carrying a bolt gun and has a camo cloak. We also have 3 men with bolters behind him. They are the novitiates, the new recruits. The bolter guy with a blonde head has no camo cloak. The other two do have camo cloaks. And then we have 3 standard scouts that have sniper rifles. No camo cloaks on them. Then down here we've got the Necrons. We have an appointed immortal leading them with a night visor and a Gauss blaster. We have 3 Gauss Flayer armed new recruits in the forms of warriors. And 2 more immortals that have Gauss blasters. No other war gear other than the night visor on the leader. So you've seen the kill teams. We're going to begin our infiltration of the underhive, and we will be back once we get stuck into the Maelstrom. Alright, deployment is complete. The Necrons did deploy first. They chose the opposite side. The appointed immortal and the second immortal deployed here with one of the warriors. And then behind the gantryways here by the silo we have the rest of the kill team and a second little bunch. The Blood Angels responded by deploying their bolter marines down here along with one of the sniper scouts, and the other 2 sniper scouts deployed on this flank. So that's deployment. We're going to dice off here to see who takes the first turn. And the Necrons have it. So Necrons will be going first. We will be right back. Necrons have completed their initial turn. It was a quick one. Everybody made run moves. So in Shadow War, a run lets you make double your distance. Since the Immortals and Warriors normally move 4, they've made an 8-inch move. Ran up here to get a little bit closer towards the Space Marines. So the Blood Angels are going to respond, and we will be back once turn 1 rolls to an end. Blood Angels have finished up their first turn. The 4 Bolter Scouts took off sprinting to take the center of the table and get some cover from the incoming Necrons. They are all in hidden positions now. In support of their maneuver, we had fire come from this sniper towards the warriors down here. He was unable to score a hit because of running. And this man fired on the guys through the gantryway there, but through the cover that he had and through the fact that they ran, he missed as well. This guy was slightly out of range, but he went ahead and went into hiding. So that is turn 1. Necron response coming up. The Necron kill team continued their advance. 1 immortal did run for lack of a target. Between the 3 warriors, we managed to put, the 3 warriors and the immortals, we managed to put 2 hits in on this guy. One of his saves, he needed a 5+, the other one he needed a 6, and he passed them both like a champ. So he is still in the fight, he's just down at the moment. So that's all the Necrons managed. Blood Angels are taking over now, and we're going into turn 2. Blood Angels have wrapped up the bottom of turn 2. Sniper fire from this man missed, along with the guy down here who scored a hit but did no damage. However, the Bolter Marines did fan out and get some damage done. They spread out across all the cover here under the opening against this incoming team. They were able to pin the Necron Warrior on the end and the Immortal here. However, they were unable to convert that into any damage. This Necron did take 2 bolter wounds, but he made both of his 5-up saves after the modifier for bolt guns. So a lucky, resilient little dude, but everybody's still in the fight. We're going to do some tests to see if we can get back in the fight early and take the fight to the Blood Angels. Turn 3 coming up. Necron kill team continued their relentless advance here. Both of the guys passed their initiative checks on 2s or less and stood up. They began their march. This guy who was out in the open expecting a few more Necrons to not be here was cut down. He is wounded, but he is not dead yet. This man over here, the same. We were able to score a hit on him and bring him down. He is wounded as well. The third guy here is just pinned. He did take a hit from the Immortals through cover, but the Immortals were unable to wound him. He rolled a 6 for his armor save. Did have an ammo check on one of the Immortals. He ran out of ammo, but he was able to reload, so no harm there. So everybody's still in the fight for the moment, but we are going to have some recovery rolls at the end of the Blood Angels turn. they're going to open fire, and we will be back following their response. Blood Angels have completed their turn. The sniper was able to bring this Necron warrior down, and he did fall, take a wound, so he is down. The second sniper was able to score a hit here, but unable to convert to damage, but he did pin that warrior on the end. That was the only damage they managed. This scout was unable to get up during the beginning of the turn. He rolled a 5 for his initiative test, but he will recover from pinning now. And then we have a couple of recovery rolls to roll on some scouts here. The guy down here on the end, on a 2, he will remain down. And the one here rolls a 5, so he will remain down as well. So that is the end of the Blood Angels. Necron response. Coming up, one other rule we forgot about: the Blood Angels are up to a bottle test with this many men down, so we're going to go ahead and roll for that. With a 9, they are okay, barely. Sergeant did hold them together. Necron response. Coming up. Necrons continued their advance to very little gain, unfortunately. They did not manage to get this guy up, but he will recover automatically. The 4 remainder guys moved up, fired on this scout. 2 guys managed hits and rolled 1s. Gauss weapons give rerolls to wound, and they rolled 1s a second time. So absolutely no damage done. But the team is still advancing here. The Blood Angels were crawling out of the way. These 2 guys crawled up to follow their team. So the pinned guy will automatically recover. The guy who is down on a 6, he will be destroyed. So that is the end of Necrons, and the Blood Angel response will be coming up next. Blood Angels have completed their turn. The sniper here was able to recover early from his pinning. The snipers all missed. Didn't do anything here. They all managed to stay hidden except the one in the fountain, of course, the one who needed to stay hidden. This bolter managed to score hit and pin this warrior here. I laid him down the wrong way. He is not down, he's just pinned. But this guy did manage to roll a 6 and run out of ammo on one of the most reliable guns in the game. So our kill teams are not very impressive so far. Which one are we going to roll for first here? Alright, we're going to roll to see if this guy recovers from his wound. And with a 4, he will remain bleeding. And the man back here that crawled across the pipes this turn rolls a 6 and bleeds out. Apparently he drug his intestines out on the spikes on the pipe. So that is the end of Blood Angels. The Necron response is coming up. Alright, Necrons have finished up their next turn. The one warrior who was down did recover and move up again. I can roll 1s and 2s for days. These guys moved up. They fired the leader with his visor, was able to bring this sniper down and wound him finally. This sniper that was out of ammo was also brought down and wounded. So that is the end of the Necron turn. We're going to go ahead and start rolling bottle tests here. So Blood Angel bottle test. With a 7, they'll stick around. So Blood Angel response coming up. Alright, Blood Angels have responded. The wounded men crawled away from the Necron advance, and the sergeant did a flanking end around in an attempt to get into charge range here in the coming turns. The 2 snipers down here on the flank fired on the advancing Necrons, but they were unable to do any damage. Both of them missed. It has been a horrible game for ballistics. Alright, so we've got some recovery rolls to roll here. Which one you want to start with? Igloo guy. So we're going to start down here. And with a 4, he remains bleeding. The man here in the fountain. With a 5, remains bleeding. And the man here behind the pipe. A 4 leaves him bleeding. So lots of screaming wounded. But that is the end of the Blood Angels. Necron response. Coming up. With both of the snipers hidden and the sergeant in such deep cover, the Necrons just delegated to run. They went ahead and sprinted up here along the edge among the wounded scouts trying to close with the snipers down the street. The Blood Angels will need another bottle check. And with double 1s, they obviously do not care about these poor guys who are down here bleeding out. So they are going to continue Blood Angel response. Coming up. Blood Angel Sergeant is seeking out glory. He has moved here to the edge, fired his bolter in to no effect, missed. Down here, the 2 snipers fired. One of them was able to score a hit and pin this lead warrior. No damage done other than that. So, bleed out checks. We're starting with this guy. On a 3, he will continue to bleed. The man down here on a 4 will continue to bleed behind the pipes. And the guy in the fountain will continue to bleed. Alright, so that is the end of the Blood Angels. Necron response coming up. Necrons finished up their turn once again, proving I can roll 1s and 2s till the end of eternity. This guy stood back up. We did continue our advance. Fired on the sergeant, but were unable to score any hits. The lead warrior fired here and with 1 round plugged this guy and put him down. The 3rd immortal did charge in here and put the scout sniper out of his misery and continue his advance towards the front. So that is the end of the Necron turn. We're going to roll some recovery rolls. We've guy down here on the end. A 2 will keep him bleeding. The guy here. A 3 will keep him bleeding. And the newly fallen scout. A 3 will keep him bleeding. Alright, so that is the end of the Necron turn. We got a bottle test for the Blood Angels. And a 10. They will bottle out. So the sergeant is going to get his last guy out of here. They're going to retreat and fight another day. So it will be a Necron victory. We will have after-action reviews and the small army list that we were playing at the blog as always. Give us a like on Facebook. That's the best place to see our new content as it comes out. And a subscription on YouTube is our health metric. It lets us know that you guys are enjoying what you're seeing. So today the Necrons control the underhive. Thank you for spending time with us today at the Maelstrom.